Welcome to Ties Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Today is November the 27th, 2025. We're going to be talking about AEW results. I've been watching some of the Stranger Things. Yes, they only give you 4 episodes today until Christmas, until they do the second part of the show, and then the last part. This is the last season, guys. The last part of the last season. Well, I think it's going to happen in New Year's, I think. And I don't even know if it's on Christmas. I think it's Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. I know it said Christmas. I know that. I just don't know if it's on Christmas Day or it's on Christmas Eve. And I don't know. Even on New Year's, I don't know if it's on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. I think it would be stupid if they put on New Year's Day. Well, mostly everybody celebrates New Year's Eve for New Year's because that's the midnight thing. I don't care about New Year's Day. New Year's Day, I could care less about. Because everybody celebrates. Everybody goes out on New Year's Eve. Because you want to be up for the midnight. The first hour of the new year. Not the next couple hours. Nobody really celebrates the next day. So New Year's Day means nothing. It's not like Christmas. Christmas, you spend it on Christmas Day. Not Christmas Eve. You spend it on Christmas Day. But New Year's you celebrate on New Year's Eve. Yeah, it's a little confusing, but yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, the United States people are having their Thanksgiving soon. I believe that it's going to be happening Thursday. Like I said, I always make these videos at night after I watch the show, and then I upload it on the next day. So it will be that next day, and I believe it's Thanksgiving for the United States. So happy Thanksgiving to those guys. I'm not from the United States, so I can't really... And I don't really care for that, Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is not my favorite holiday. My favorite holiday is Christmas because you spend almost the whole day with your family. Mostly that's what you do in Christmas Day. Christmas. Sometimes you do that. You spend it with your whole family. New Year's, Thanksgiving. I don't know why I keep saying New Year's. Thanksgiving is just for eating. Great food. Yeah, I don't really care for that. I don't eat turkey, I eat chicken. So we got some AEW to talk about. We got we started the Continental thingy bobber, the classic. We heard that Kyle O'Reilly was supposed to be in it, but he's injured, so Roger Strong is taking his place. Etc., and all that stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, we got... How many we have here? We got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of the classic, Continental Classic. They're not going for the unified title. They're going for the separate Continental Championship. I didn't know that was still a championship that's still in AEW. I thought it was unified or on this... what is the other word? Unified, right? Undisputed, whatever you call it. I thought it got merged with the Continental and the International, and then it turned into the unified. That's what I thought. I thought that's what it is. I thought the unified is the title. So can they fight for the International Championship, or that's not a thing? I get confused when AEW has championships. Because they have so many championships, and you don't know which ones the right ones and which ones they don't use. Like, I don't know if they use the International Championship. If the Continental Championship is getting defended separate, not the unified title, why is the International Championship not doing that? I'm so confused. There's matches for a collision for the Continental Classic. There's a whole bunch of matches happening, and we found out the stipulation for the women's tag team titles tournament between Tony Storm and Mina versus Mega Bane and Maria Shafir. Tony Storm told us. I will tell you guys more about that. We got the Ops had a celebration for Samoa Joe being the new world champion. They didn't want to talk to Tony Schiavone. They call him a hillbilly. Get out of the ring, you hillbilly. That's just not nice. And then, ladies and gentlemen, Samoa Joe just had a lot of things to say, but he got interrupted by Swerve Strickland driving into the arena, and he had a staple gun that Prince Nana gave him. He has a staple gun, and then around the corner, you got Hangman Adam Page coming out, and he has a chain. But Samoa Joe still wants to talk and talk about that he beat up Hangman. He beat him. He got the title and all that stuff. And then he brought out the new member of the Ops, Hook. And Hook saying that he's the best second generation. Guys, I'm not a big fan of Hook because right now he's a wannabe Taz. Every move he does is what Taz does. He does the T-bone suplex like Taz. And he does the choke like Taz. I understand that's his son. But not everything he has to do needs to be the same thing. You don't see friggin' Dominic doing a whole bunch of Rey Mysterio moves. He's doing the 619, that's it. And everything else he does, everybody does a frog splash. It's not Rey Mysterio's frog splash. Everybody does frog splashes. So, yeah, I don't understand. He's saying that he's the best second generation superstar, but he is like a wannabe Taz. Never been a big fan of him. Never. He never had the greatest matches. A lot of people liked him, but I didn't like him very much. I did see him wrestle the Chris Jericho match when he had a rivalry with Chris Jericho. I think it was the beginning of the rivalry. It wasn't the best match. I got bored. I got bored of that match. Oh my god. That's the only guy. Everybody else is good in the ring, but never been a fan of Hook. Hook came out and he talked trash about the fans, and he says he's the greatest second generation. And then they all got interrupted by Swerve Strickland. Swerve was in the back where the audience is with his staple gun and a chain. And then Hangman comes, his music hits. He's in the audience. And then Samoa Joe has his little students and told them to go after them. It didn't work out. The students got beat up, got destroyed, got stapled, got whacked by chains. They just got destroyed. And then when Swerve and Hangman got into the ring, the Ops ran away like a bunch of babies. Bunch of scary cats. Oh yeah, you're the toughest world champion and you're the greatest second generation star, but you run away. Powerhouse Hobbs, I'm sorry, you have those big giant muscles, but now you're just useless because every heel is just useless. They say they're this big scary guy. And then and then there's a guy that's not that much muscles, but they're scared of them. And then we just saw Hangman and Swerve destroy more of the students of the Ops. School people. I don't know what they call them anymore. Those guys. And then they attack them with chains. I don't know if I could tell you guys the rest of the things what they did with the chains. But yeah, they did that. It's not a nice thing, but they did it and the referee stopped it and all that stuff. First match of the evening was a Continental match. Classic. I forgot which. This is a Gold or a Blue League, but yeah, we have one of the Continental Classic. We had Kyle Fletcher versus Okada. Don Callis family member versus Don Callis family member. It was a pretty decent match. I enjoyed it, but the winner of that match was Kyle Fletcher. With a roll-up. Getting the win. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we do have the semifinals. One of the semifinals of the women's tag team titles. It will be Willow Nightingale and Harley Cameron versus Sky Blue and Julia. It was an okay match. There was a little botches. A little really really soft kicks and all that stuff. Hey, I hear a lot of people making fun of the botches. I'm not making fun of it. I'm just saying. Sometimes they do it. I don't know why, but mostly a lot of women's matches, even WWE, they don't hit hard. You see, in the men's, they look like they want to hurt somebody, but in the women's, they don't hit hard. I don't know what it is, but that's what they do. I see that a lot in these women's matches in different wrestling companies. These women need to learn how to hit hard, man. I know you don't have to try break their nose or make them get injured, but you had to look. It has to look realistic, man. It has to look realistic. Sky Blue tried to do a kick, and it looked so soft, so soft. But it was a pretty decent tag team match. But the winner of that match and going to the finals is Willow Nightingale and Harley Cameron. And then we got another Continental Classic between Jon Moxley versus Dorada. Man, I'm surprised that Jon Moxley's in this match, because the Continental Classic is not really a world title. Not like the International, when that was a big thing. When MJF won it, Orange Cassidy, that he's always defending it. Yeah, so, yeah, that. But, ladies and gentlemen, it was a pretty decent match. Dorado was doing great high-flying moves. Jon Moxley's doing his craziness. But the winner of that match and got 3 points because of the win, not a count-out or a draw. The winner of that match was Jon Moxley. And, ladies and gentlemen, Timeless Tony Storm came out. Maria Shafir was in the ring to check on Jon Moxley. Jon Moxley's trying to keep Shafir away, trying to back her up. And then Timeless Tony Storm, she said a whole bunch of things, but she told us what match will they have against Megan Bayne and Marina Shafir next week on AEW Dynamite. It will be a death match. It will be Tony Storm and Mina versus Maria Shafir and Megan Bayne in the death match. To find out who will be in the finals against Harley Cameron and Willow Nightingale. Next, we got Kevin Knight versus Darby Allin. I was surprised at who won this match, because I thought it would be Darby. But the winner of that match was Kevin Knight. Kevin Knight gets the win against Darby Allin. Maybe because Darby Allin was getting beat up really bad by Pac, but still. That was interesting. Kevin Knight actually beat Darby Allin. He got 3 points. And then our main event was Claudio Castagnoli versus Orange Cassidy in another Continental Classic. I think the next couple weeks is all about the Continental Classic, because somewhere in December, World's End is where we get the finals. And whoever wins that, they will be the Continental Champion. But, ladies and gentlemen, it was a pretty decent match. I love Orange Cassidy. The guy's great in the ring. I like this guy. He's good. I like it. I like Claudio Castagnoli too. I liked him when he was in WWE. I like him in AEW. He's good. But the winner of that match was Claudio Castagnoli getting 3 points. And then we just had a brawl with every single person that's in the Continental Classic. You saw everybody brawling, and then you did, and the Death Riders. We got Takashita and Kyle Fletcher, Jet Speed. The only people that we didn't get is like Darby Allin. Who else had a match? I don't know if Dorado was in there. Don't remember if Dorado was in there. We didn't. But Okada was there, but he wasn't in the brawl. He was just on the stage watching the match, watching the brawl. So that's the end of AEW Dynamite this week. It did not feel like Claudio and Orange Cassidy was the main event. It didn't feel like it. But we still did not get to see the reunion between Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks, because right now this week is all about the Continental Classic. We didn't get a lot of segments. We got some backstage stuff with Chris Stanlander trying to figure out what's next. Eddie Kingston was talking about Hook. He didn't want to talk about Hook. And he didn't. He says, I'm not in line for a championship, but he wants to have a fight with Shibata, and that's going to happen at Collision. Collision is going to be tomorrow night, or tonight, because I'm uploading this on Thursday. On Thanksgiving, Collision, they're going to put Collision on Thursday because of Thanksgiving, and they're calling it Thanksgiving Collision. So yeah, that's happened. There wasn't a lot of things, and they showed us a lot of things about Full Gear, what happened in Full Gear. We got some, we saw some things about, like, the social media exclusives with, Mark Briscoe winning the TNT title, all that stuff. Nothing really big happened. It just felt like a weird, episode of the, AEW. But yeah. It wasn't that bad, but it was just a weird episode because it didn't feel like it was the main event. Didn't feel like it. But, yeah. We will see what happens next week. We do have Thanksgiving TNA, I guess. I don't think they're calling it that. But we do have, they have this match that they always have, like a turkey bowl. I think that's what it's called. And the loser will have to wear a turkey suit. So that's going to be interesting to watch as well. And then everybody is going to worry about Final Resolution. Because the NXT stars that won't stop attacking TNA guys now and trying to make an impact. No pun intended. But they're trying to make an impact by attacking the TNA superstars. And now they have matches. And ladies and gentlemen, and after Final Resolution, in 2 weeks, they will have a match. I think it's happening next week. Isn't it happening next week? They said in 2 weeks. I think it's supposed to happen next week. I think so. With all the Robert Stone has a match with Mike Santana, that 8-man tag team match. Hometown Man versus... I forgot who it was. Hometown Man versus... It was like a singles wrestler. I think it's Stax. I think. Because I think Charlie Dempsey, Lexus King, and the High Rise is in the 8-man tag team match. Robert Stone is against Mike Santana. I think it's Stax is having a one-on-one match with Hometown Man. I think so. I think that's what it is. I don't remember, but I know Hometown Man has a match. I don't know if it's Stax or I want to say Lexus King. But will we find out who is the guy that is the leader of this thing? Because Robert Stone just said last week that he is not the leader of this thing. He's not the person that's started this thing. He said he already did his invasion of TNA when he did the whole Santino thing. He tried to be a director of authority, but he says there's somebody else is behind this. Could it be the guy that attacked Nick Nevitt on Impact? And he took his hood off, but we only saw his hair. We didn't see his face. And it looked like Frankie Kazarian a little bit, but the NXT stars attacked Frankie Kazarian, so it can't be Frankie Kazarian. Right? It can't be Frankie Kazarian because he got attacked by those guys. So it has to be somebody from NXT. It has to be somebody from NXT. But ladies and gentlemen, that's all me today. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button, leave a comment below, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell. I will see you guys tomorrow for TNA results. Bye-bye. Time's out.